that you jot down any questions that you may have. We're going to save those for the end so we can get through the information. And so we will go through any clarifying questions that you may have at the end. A couple of things about our meeting norms that we have today. We're going to preview the schedule. Just a couple of things that we kind of utilize when working on Zoom, because it's hard with a tremendous amount of people on Zoom often to hear. So it's very important that you kind of stay on mute. And so we can't hear any tech or background distractions, and so they are minimized. Like I said, please jot down any questions that you may have. We're going to take all questions at the end because we have a lot of information to get through to you. Please bear with me. I left work today. I'm not feeling well at all of a sudden. So I'm going to get through this because this is the most exciting part for me, is the seniors. So we're going to go through the introduction of the senior sponsors, the senior and parent and family and guardian expectations. We're going to talk about our Cougars to College and Beyond program, talk about the graduation requirements, class officers, the senior dues, and all the activities that come with this, and then we will close out this evening. This is being recorded. If you know someone who is not here, we will share this video out so people who were not able to attend can get this information.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I'm not trying to be rude or anything. Can you tell me, like, how long is this meeting?
The meeting's planned for an hour.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, I would like to start by introducing the class of 2023 senior sponsors. These are all staff that work at Detroit Leadership Academy. The lead senior sponsor is Ms. Diamond Carswell, and her co-sponsor in terms of the one who directs and guides is Mrs. Natia McClendon. These people volunteer to do the senior work. They do not get paid to do this. It is a tremendous amount of work, but our goal is always for our seniors to have a good year and finish strong and get across that stage as I hand them their diploma. I want to get a little bit into senior and parent expectations. Many of you are already familiar with our Cougar to College, our Cougar commitments. And some key points I just want to remind our families and our seniors is about showing up to school every day, being on time, communicating when you have needs, making sure you're communicating with your teachers, make sure you're communicating with your families about things that are going on. And then always make sure you are giving your best 100%. That is very important for our seniors. This is the last year. There's no more time for any errors. There's no more time for changes. So making sure that you are doing the things that you need to do so you can get across the stage and we can help you be prepared for your next stage in life. One of the things I do want to mention this year, it's very important that there's clear understanding of this. Senior events and activities are not required by the state of Michigan. Not even attendance at graduation. Unfortunately, in the past, I had to not permit some students to attend graduation, which we do not like to do. That's not what we are about, but in some circumstances that may occur. The state of Michigan says that all we have to do is mail the diploma. So it is important that we know that our seniors stay focused on their academics, stay focused on their social, emotional, and well-being, and stay focused on their Cougars to College commitment so we can have them prepared after they leave Detroit Leadership Academy, and that's our goal. So just a friendly reminder, seniors who have a suspension or excess amount of behavior infractions may not be permitted to attend senior events. And also seniors who have an excess amount of unexcused absence may also not be permitted to attend senior events. It's important that seniors attend school. A lot of times we've heard that term senioritis, where I've seen some kids already I hardly ever see, that the senior year is the hardest stretch, but it's important that they attend so they can pass their classes and be involved in all of the things that are set up and designed for them to be successful in crossing this stage. All right, I'm going to take a pause there, and I'm now going to turn over to Mr. Miller, who is our Cougars to College and Career Guidance Advisor, and he's going to do the next portion of the presentation.
Thank you, Principal Few. Good afternoon, parents, families, and students. So very quickly, for those of you all that may not have a knowledge of what exactly Cougars to College is, it's simply a framework for a set of actions and a mindset that we hold here for our students, staff.
I think we're having technical Mr. Miller, you kind of went out.
Programs, two-year community colleges, and the other variety of post-secondary opportunities that are available, such as military and the workforce, and making sure that they have those skills to do such. So a few people on our team is myself, Mr. Miller, our two college advisors, Ms. Durham and Ms. Knotts, our high school counselor, Mr. Moody, as well as our 12th grade DLA teacher, Ms. Rachi, who's monitoring the chat for us, and one of our instructional coaches, Ms. McClendon. So we all work as a team to make sure that we're working with the students to get those things done necessary to help them to finish high school and get to those next steps. So I'm now going to discuss the guiding light, as we like to call it, for our network, which starts in the K-12 building, the K-8 building, and also then trickles up to the high school here. Particularly, once again, the driving goal is that we have our students, seniors specifically, enroll in a match and fit high school or college, my apologies, after they graduate. And once again, when we say college, we're not only talking about those four-year universities and the two-year community colleges, but once again, we also include the skilled trade technical schools. We do this by what we have runaway steps, and that's taking career interest surveys, attending fall and spring family meetings. So this meeting here counts as one of those fall meetings, as well as having college visits. We've gone to Eastern Michigan, Henry Ford, Grand Valley, as well as another school this school year to allow students to get those college exposure opportunities. We also have virtual college rep visits on Thursdays, where we invite a plethora of colleges and skilled trade programs to come and educate the students about the options available to them. We also just got off of Michigan College Month in October, where we had a rally and a raffle to ensure that all of our seniors have applied to at least 3 college or skilled trade programs. We're now moving into our next step of completing the FAFSA. Parents will be talking about this a little bit later. You all are going to be very crucial in this process. That ensures that our students get those free scholarship and grant dollars to be able to go on to these college programs. And then lastly, we'll also want to work with our seniors to make sure that they participate in a summer melt program to alleviate them from not making it to that final last step. All right, Ms. Ann, I'll turn it over to you.
All right. Hello, everyone. So I'm going to talk about what college or post-secondary education is, according to our definition. So college is any type of formal education after high school. So this does include trade school, and it does include 2-year college as well as the 4-year colleges. So trade schools, when we're talking about those, we're talking about the programs that are typically held at local community colleges, where you can earn a certificate or an associate's degree Most of these involve a lot of hands-on learning compared to like the traditional 2 4 year college lecture hall style learning. And basically you're just training to doing a lot of job training to get started in any of those trades that are available. 2 year colleges. Oh, one more. Okay. For the 2 year colleges, this is where students can go to get their associate's degrees. And then they can decide if they want to stop there, or if they decide that they want to transfer on to any 4 year colleges, they can do that as well. And they can save a lot of money doing that through Detroit Promise. And, in general, it's cheaper. Also, it's really good for students because of small class sizes. So you also have those big 4 year universities such as Michigan State, Central. This is where you go to get your bachelor's degree. And this is more of like the traditional college experience. So, living in a dorm, the big campuses, lots of people. So depending on what you or what your student is looking for, that determines what the best option would be for you or your student. Did we skip a slide? Okay, so Cougars to College is part of the curriculum. So it's embedded into the 12th grade ELA curriculum. So most work is completed as part of the 9th through 12th grade class. Some of the requirements that are part of the class for seniors are that you have to apply to at least 3 different colleges. So again, this could be any 2 year, 4 year trade school. Practicing for the SAT to help improve your score. We also do offer SAT retakes. So if you or your student is interested in retaking one of those or retaking that test, you can talk to one of the college advisors and we can help you set that up for free. Apply for local, state, and national scholarships. Successfully submit the FAFSA, which is one of the most important parts of senior year. Attend and engage with virtual college visits and also a lot of campus visits that we've been doing in person. Create and update your resume and cover letter, and then talk to your college advisors one-on-one. We can offer support to both the students and to the families for help with any of the above, just to talk, help them figure out where they want to go. Anything pretty much related to college, that's what we're there for. Okay, so the Cougars to College senior year timeline. So in September, we start with introducing the Cougars to College team and start the one-on-one meetings with the college advisors. In October, we focused really heavily on the college applications and still meeting with a lot of people one-on-one just to see what they're interested in doing. We also do continue to do that throughout the entire year as well. So we meet with everybody multiple times. In November now, we're going to start really pushing for everyone to get their FAFSA done and start looking for scholarships to apply to, and still finishing up the college apps, of course. In December, we recommend that this is when you finish up your college applications, just so that you can start hearing back pretty soon and then moving on with your college process. Also, still working on the FAFSA if you haven't done that yet. Now in January is when we try and start the second meeting with all the students if we haven't done that already. Still working on the FAFSA. February is when we want to finish the FAFSA, because in March, the FAFSA deadline rolls around on March 1st. So that is the priority deadline. That is when you want to make sure that the FAFSA is done before then to guarantee that you're getting all of the money that you're eligible for. If you apply to the FAFSA after the March 1st deadline, you can still get money, but it's not guaranteed that you're going to get everything that you could have gotten if you had applied earlier. We also start the financial aid award letter reviews in March. So what these are is when you do your FAFSA and you apply to your schools, the schools that you applied to, they will send you a letter that tells you exactly how much it's going to cost to attend that school. So we will look at those with the students and help them figure out what the best financial decision would be for them and what the most affordable choice will be. Then by April, hopefully we're finalizing post-secondary plans and students can begin enrollment. By May, we're pretty much just wrapping up, getting help from the advisors with anything that the students need. So pretty much just finishing up any loose ends. And then by June, they should be ready for graduation and all the college stuff should be wrapped up.
Thank you, Ms. N. You can move past this slide. And now on to FAFSA. So once again, parents, just as Ms. N has stressed earlier, this is one of the most important segments of making sure that your students are able to go off to college or a skilled trade program without having to hopefully come out of money out of pocket of your pockets or their own. Completing the FAFSA opens up their access to a load of grants and scholarship, as well as work study, that free money that they would not have to pay back in order to apply to schools, regardless of if they're going for 4 years or less. And so it's very, very important that your students and you all work to complete the FAFSA together. We do have after-school FAFSA workshops, as well as in-school workshops to help you as parents and students complete this. It is going to require some sensitive information. However, we work to maintain the privacy and security of you all's information if you decide to work with us. But this is something that we need to get done sooner rather than later, because the sooner we get it done, once again, the more money opportunities are available. And so we will be working to ensure that these things are completed. And you can also begin by simply emailing us, myself, Ms. Durham, or Ms. N, to begin that process. So students, make sure you start talking with your parents about making sure they assist you with this, and parents, you work with us if you do need any additional assistance. Thank you.
One thing I would like to say, parents, that in the past, and I've been doing this a long time, many kids wanted to go to school or trade school, even like truck driving school, to be a mechanic or to college. And we're not able to get any financial aid because parents would not give their social security number, or either their, it requires that, and it also requires your income information. And so it really hindered a lot of students. So please just be aware of that in advance about gathering that information if you want your student to attend a college or a trade school where they can get financial aid and get some support. All right, the next portion, I'm going to go into the graduation requirements because there is a lot of confusion often about this. It is imperative that families understand that kids can have credits and a lot of credits, but if they don't have the required credits, they do not graduate. Okay. The total required from the state level, and then Detroit Leadership Academy has additional requirements in order for you to graduate from the school, is 24 credits. And that means all of these classes a kid must have. Now, I've seen some kids, they have 20 credits already, 22 credits. They're like, I'm good, I only need one class. That is not the case. They must have all the required courses, including their senior year English. Also, their senior year math is financial literacy. They also have to have their science that are listed here. And then they have to have a certain amount of electives that are also listed here. Okay, let me go back that page. Sorry. All right. In class the other day, we gave every student a copy of their, what we call their credit audit. And I'm going to share that on the screen with you now, a sample one. Parents, you are getting a copy. We are mailing out report cards for first quarter next week, and you will also get their senior credit audits in the mail. But I want you to be clear on, a lot of parents don't understand what they're looking at. There will also be a letter with it. I'm sorry, I don't know why it's doing this to me. Excuse me 1 second. I want to get this up on the board. Just credit audit. Okay, here we go. Can we see this on the screen?
Yes.
Okay, very good.
Can you zoom in a tad?
All right. View, sorry. Full screen. I want to. All right, I'm gonna, is that better? Okay, so this is what you'll get, and on here, it has all the courses that the student is required to take, every single one, okay? And if they have completed the course already, it'll say complete. If it's incomplete, not that they, because either they failed it or they just haven't had it yet. They may have it their senior year. It will be checked off, okay? Like this is English 12th grade, first semester, English 4 right here. It says checked off and they're enrolled in it. They won't be enrolled yet in semester 2 English 4. Okay, so when you get this, you'll be able to go through and see what the student has not passed. It'll be complete if they passed it, incomplete if they have not passed it or just have not taken it yet. Okay, and most of the time it will say credit recovery, if they needed credit recovery, if they failed the course, not that they just haven't had it yet. We have several seniors already. We are enrolled in credit recovery in the school day. And so because we are aware based off these audits that they needed those classes to graduate. It is important that all students who are in credit recovery, they take it seriously and do the work on there. We give it to them so they can graduate and make up a course that they failed. And so it's important that they get it done and not, I had a lot of seniors wait till the last minute and then were stressed because they have to pass that and then all the courses that they are in. So you will get a copy of your child's document. We're mailing out the end of next week, the report cards, and that will be in there so you can review that. Once you, okay, can you see the slide?
Yes.
Because I went back. Okay, once you have went through that, if you have any questions, the school counselor handles all of that, and that is Mr. John Moody. You may call the school and ask for him to call you back and or set an appointment with him where you can come in person, or you can email him and he will respond back to you in terms of the graduation requirements. All right. Next, I would like to go into, now that was kind of the heavy stuff, so some of the fun stuff the kids been waiting on information about. Starting with the senior officers. The application is available for students who want to apply to be a senior officer. The kids will vote. That is only the seniors who vote for senior officers, and these were last year's officers on the screen. And so voting takes place December 16th. The positions are class president, class vice president, and class secretary. Many students have already started completing their application for that and have them done. But we extended the deadline just to make sure we gave kids a fair opportunity. All right, senior dues. All right. Up here are some pictures of some of the activities from last year: graduation, prom, pinning ceremony, senior breakfast, the senior decision day celebration and luncheon, and so forth, that we at Detroit Leadership Academy do for our students. There was, I just have to say this because last year I did not realize, because many people, and even me being as old as I am, every school pays senior dues. Senior dues cover the cost of their senior items. And I'm going to go through that and show you everything next. Okay. At every high school in people, there's senior dues. At Detroit Leadership Academy, we try to keep our dues affordable. Many of the schools, I've checked with the other schools in the area, their senior dues are like $400 and $500. Ours are not that high. We try to keep them lower than under $300 for our kids, because we know our families, work, and there's a lot of things that go into senior year, especially buying graduation items and paying for the prom and those sort of things. Okay. I will now go through the calendar of events. You will get a copy of this, so don't worry, because we have some dates and there's a few dates we had to make some changes. I'm going to zoom in with this also, this document, and it talks about the dates of different things. And there was a couple of changes because of some of the vendors and so forth. So the first thing that is upcoming is the senior cap and gown pictures that they take at the school. Every senior must be photoed for cap and gown pictures. Now, that one photo, you get an 8x10, will be included in your senior dues package. However, if you want to, the vendor often offers for some parents, if they want to take more pictures, they have different packages of pictures. That information is coming. We were originally supposed to, the vendor canceled on November 17th, but we're going to give you a little bit more time. We are pushing for the first week in December. So that information will be coming out before next week. The concrete date, they take them there at the school. They come, we have the photographer there at the school for the senior cap and gown pictures. December 16th is the senior officers electives. When we go on Christmas break, then we come back. January 24th and 25th are senior midterms for the first semester. Let me remind seniors of this. I've had this happen so many times. If you fail a course that is needed for you to graduate in first semester, you are now off track to graduate. So it is very important that you don't fail any courses. And what I've seen is some kids already got credit recovery, and then you're failing a course within the senior year. What happens with that, you will have to graduate in the summer. You will have to finish off in the summer. You will not get your, we allow you to participate in graduation, but we don't hand you the diploma until you are finished. January 26th will be picture retake day for those who cannot take the first go around. We only do it twice. There's no makeup after that. January 28th is when the first semester, if you're in credit recovery, must be completed. March 17th will be the senior pinning ceremony. We will have more information on that. Location is, we're going to give you that information at a later date. May 3rd is our National College Decision Day Picnic and Celebration. That's for seniors only. It's a huge thing where it's just a really nice event for the kids. They have a DJ and they announce what they're doing after high school. And it doesn't mean college, right? They're going in the work field. If they're going to truck driving school, I have someone going in the military. And so we honor and celebrate them. It is their picnic also. Games, raffles, we give away a lot of stuff for the seniors. May 25th and 26th are senior finals and makeup day. June 1st is credit recovery completion, the end of semester 2. June 1st is also the last day for seniors. And we have a big thing in the cafeteria that is for seniors. They will have, it's a catered senior breakfast. And then at Detroit Leadership Academy, our little tradition, we do a clap out where all the kids, they make signs, all the underclassmen and everything. So after the seniors get done at the senior breakfast, we have different activities at the breakfast just for the seniors because it's their last time in the building. And then they go around the building 2 or 3 times, and all the underclassmen clap them out and they leave for the day and they're done at Detroit Leadership Academy High School. Friday, June 3rd is the prom at Laurel Manor. That has already been booked. Tickets are $65 and they go on sale May 9th. However, please be advised, prom is not included in the senior due package. Some schools do put them in the senior dues package, but some schools do not. And we have decided the prom is separate. We don't like to mix the both because some kids end up not even coming to prom. And so just so you know, that is just the date that is solidified. Graduation is, the rehearsal is June 7th, and then graduation, it is only 6 tickets per family. That is June 10th. We can talk about, there is a limit because we have to make sure every family gets in, but we also live stream through our Facebook page. Many families who were out of town came in and watched on via our live stream. And so that's also an option for those who cannot attend. All right, now into the package itself. The cost of the senior due package is $260. That includes the cap and gown, the graduation ceremony, the diploma cover. We also give a diploma plaque, which is really nice. It'll have their diploma within this plaque. The senior pinning ceremony and their pin for the student only. Their senior cap and gown picture, they'll get an 8x10 picture and a digital copy. Their senior t-shirt, we do a senior keepsake video because we don't have a yearbook. We're small, we don't have a yearbook, so we do a keepsake video that's similar to like an online yearbook. The senior decision day picnic and celebration, the senior breakfast. They get a senior yard sign that says proud graduates with their cap and gown picture of Detroit Leadership Academy High School that goes in your yard. This covers their one graduation photo at graduation from the professional photographer with the principal. We also have an ice tassel that's included for them. They get a senior water bottle, and there's these grad medals that they wear at graduation that's included. Now, what we like to do for our families, we have a payment schedule made up. We do not, you may pay before, if you want to pay starting next week, it is totally up to you. You come to the office and they will take your money and give you your receipt. However, we have designed a payment schedule that makes it more convenient for our families, starting after the holidays, right? So January 14th, the first payment of $65 is due. February 14th, $65, March 14th, $65, and April 14th, $65, okay? Payment is accepted in cash or money order, or you may pay by PayPal, and that's listed on the sheet that you will, you're getting a copy of this, family, so don't worry, okay? It's also listed on there via, we do not take Cash App. The school does not have a Cash App, so please just be reminded of that, getting the money out in advance when you're making payments on senior dues. In addition to those items, we have some items that are not included in the senior dues package, but if seniors, if they want to purchase them, they talked to us about this last year. There's a senior hoodie that will be for sale for $35. If you want a whole jogging suit, it is $60. And we will send you a copy of what that looks like. The graphic designer is creating that. This is for the video, not yearbook ad. If you want to shut something that's pending, we'll have a price on that. And then a photo with the tassel frame. There's a frame with where the kid's photo can go in there and their tassel is inside the frame. And then senior photos, one look there. These all will be at additional cost. That's outside of the senior due package if you want that. Some want it, some do not, okay? All right, go back to the PowerPoint.
Hugh, I can quickly cover this. So parents, once again, this is Mr. Miller. I did speak about the FAFSA and its importance. And so I did want to let you all know we do have FAFSA workshops. We have our next one coming up, two actually next week, Tuesday, November 15th and Thursday, November 17th. Both of these FAFSA workshops will be virtual. However, we also do offer in-person workshops as well. So we just wanted to make sure that we try and work with our parents and our students and families virtually or in person to try and get this done before we go off for Christmas break. Students, you did not know, but we will be having some items that we're going to be raffling off to help encourage you all and support you all with completing this FAFSA process. So be sure to check your emails for more information regarding those raffles, but also I'll also send this out as well so you can know the dates that we are offering for FAFSA workshops. Thank you.
One of the things that before I get into questions and answer, I just want to talk about this because there's a lot of confusion with some of the seniors, and I got this last year and so forth. The word senior trip, and most of my families, in terms of my parents on here, we're a little bit older, so we know. When we remember senior trips in high school, that was a trip out of town somewhere, right? Kids stayed in a hotel and all of that. Schools have went away from senior trips because there's been a lot of liability. They don't want the liability from the travel. There's been kids tear up the hotel rooms, kids who got hurt. Schools do not do senior trips anymore. However, if families want to put together something, I had some kids, they planned a weekend somewhere out of town to celebrate, they can do so, but the school does not. Now, some kids were telling me about the confusion was, they were like, well, can we have when you say a senior trip, we think like an overnight trip where you stay somewhere, you travel somewhere, Florida, Niagara Falls, something like that. The difference in a senior trip and a school senior field trip. So some kids asked us, well, can we have a field trip somewhere and so forth? So that may be pending, like a senior day out somewhere. And so I'm going to look into that. You have to get pre-approval when you go like to Cedar Point in advance because you cross state lines. It's real strict now because of the liability issues with many of the schools. But a lot of schools call it, the kids think their school is doing it. However, parents have put together those trips. So I just want to provide you with that information because there was a lot of talk last year and I'm like, schools really don't do senior trips anymore. And then now more so after the pandemic, you know, there's a whole liability issue with that and safety concerns. So feel free though, if you want to get together, some of you parents, and put something together for the students, you may do so. All right. On this screen, as I close, and I'm going to open the floor for some questions. And then Ms. Ratchie has been monitoring the chat box. If you put any questions in there, I want to just honor these seniors on the screen here. This year was our first year of dual enrollment for Detroit Leadership Academy High School, where we have partnered with Lawrence Tech University. And these seniors right here all qualified to attend. They go to take a college class twice a week at Lawrence Tech on Tuesdays and Fridays. They have a college class where they get college credit. So when they graduate, they will already have college credit, and they also get school credit for going. We are so proud of them. They were a little scared. This is the first time we've had this at Detroit Leadership Academy, and we will continue on with it each year. But it's important to qualify. You have to have a GPA of over a 2.5 overall, not one semester grade, over a 2.5 or higher. And so these were the seniors this year who qualified for that. And you had to be on track. You could not have a lot of classes that you failed. You had to be on track for graduation. So we are just proud and just want to honor and shout them out to our families. Some of them gave me a hard time. They didn't want to go, but I forced them to go because it's a great experience that's free. The bus picks them up and brings them back to the school on Tuesdays and Fridays. They go on a college campus. They have a college ID. And so we're excited about that. And so I just wanted to shout them out. All right, I am now going to open the floor for questions. I would like to start with parents first because a lot of them have other engagements and things. So if any parent or guardian has a question, please feel free to unmute yourself and I will respond.
I have a question.
Can you just tell me your name and then who's your student?
My name is Katrina Kennedy. My daughter is Shamaya Kennedy.
Oh, hi, Miss Kennedy.
Hi. I know the beginning of the semester, Shamaya was telling me that she needed some classes to graduate. And she wasn't getting those classes. So she
Okay.
was kind of worried about graduating because she said the classes that she needed was the classes that she needed to graduate, and you guys didn't give her them classes. So are y'all going to cram all the classes on her this last semester, or how's y'all going to do it? Because she said she didn't get all the classes that she needed to graduate.
Okay, Miss Kennedy, I'm going to ask you to call. I'll have my school counselor reach out to you tomorrow because we gave her a copy of her credit audit. And so whatever classes that she needed were on there. We wouldn't have crammed in. She would have been on credit recovery. And there may be some classes she thought she needed that she actually may not have needed. So I will have Mr. Moody give you a call. Ms. Ratchie, can you please put that on the note for Mr. Email for Mr. Moody to please call Ms. Kennedy to set a phone appointment with her.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Another parent or guardian, do you have any clarifying questions before I open it to seniors?
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am. Can you state your name and your student?
This Miss Chambers. I'm Torrance's mom. How you doing, Miss?
Hey, Ms. Chambers, how are you?
I'm all right.
Good.
The question that I had, I didn't lost my train of thought. Oh, the question that I had, I know when Eric graduated and we went to the senior pennant, are you going to allow parents to buy senior shirts again or no?
Yes, we are. We are.
Oh,
We also, we're coming, we have another shirt. We're gonna have 2 shirts this year. It's gonna be, it says something to the fact, the sponsor shall be like proud parent of the class, Senior Detroit Leadership Academy, Kyle, or supporter of that. So we're actually having 2 shirts and we will. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm not buying none.
Okay. Is there another question from any of my parents?
Yes, I have a question, Miss Few.
My money on there.
Yeah. Can we mute? Can someone mute? Somebody, we need to mute. Okay. All right. Hi, who am I speaking
Hi,
with?
this is Miss Woodward. I'm Dior Hill's mom.
Hi, how
How
are
are
you?
you? I'm doing well,
Good.
thank you. I have a question. It's in regards, I did get the list in regards to the classes, the class that he needs in order to graduate. And it looks like I've reached out to this particular teacher. It was like via email, and I don't know if I'm able to call like during school hours, but I had some questions because he's having some challenges with this one particular class. And I reached out about a month ago, and I work afternoons. I wasn't able to go to the parent teacher conference. But I was just trying to see if I can get some communication between me and her.
Okay, so
because it's one class.
I would like you to email me directly with the teacher. I don't want to disclose that right now, please.
Of course.
Yep, if you could email me directly, and then I will make sure we set an appointment up for you with this teacher that can help support you around your schedule.
Okay. So would I email?
Notes.
Would it be the email that we get your emails from, or
it would be? Can we type it in the chat box, please, Ms. Retchie or Mr. Miller? The mfu@detroitleadership.org. And I'm writing all these notes down.
Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Your email is now in the chat, Miss Few.
Thank you so much.
Hello, this is another parent. My name is Malik.
Hi.
Go ahead, Miss Cleveland.
Give me a call.
I'm sorry, Miss Cleveland, you said, and you're the parent of who?
Sonia Cleveland.
Oh, okay. Hi, Miss Cleveland.
Hello.
You need Mr. Moody to give you a call?
Yes, I appreciate it.
Okay, no problem. I'm getting all this down. All right,
Thank you.
you're welcome, ma'am. Any other parents? All right, I'm gonna now open the floor for any students who have any clarifying questions. Please state your name and please be appropriate because we
Ms.
do
Fee,
have
before-
families on here.
Ms. Fee, before students start, I just wanted to provide an update. Students, this year, we actually will be able to provide a paper yearbook. A student, Elijah Wallace, is leading that charge. And so we would like to
They didn't
start a
tell
yearbook
me.
committee. So please feel free to email me if you all would like to join the yearbook committee, and I will
All
work with
right.
you all to get that started. Very good
Oh.
job, Elijah, and I'm glad she's excited to take over and spearhead that.
All right, thank you, thank you. They didn't update me on that. That is good. I am so glad. All right, any questions from the students before we wrap up? All right, parents, I just want to just remind you, because I know almost all of you, I have just a couple new seniors that transferred in this year. However, we just want to continue to thank you for supporting Detroit Leadership Academy. You know, we're a different type of school. We're very small compared to a lot of schools. And anybody who knows me or my staff, we really try to support our students. We have relationships. We're big on relationships with our students and our families. One of the things I do want to lift up, because it's important, this year has been one of the toughest years for us and toughest year for me in my career. You know, the goal is to get our ninth graders prepared and our 10th graders and our 11th graders, but our seniors, we are wrapping up with them. This is their year. They're the stars of the building. Please just encourage them to be leaders, because the state of the schools is really, really tough right now all over. You hear stuff all the time. And I try my best, and this team tries their best to keep our kids safe. Kids do kid things all the time. Everybody, when we were in high school, kids do kid things. And a lot of times the stuff be over stupid stuff. And I'm just not, if you know how I am about, I'm not having nobody no adult run up in our building trying to beat up a kid. We try to keep them safe as much as possible. But I do need your support and just reminding the seniors that they have a lot to lose, that I need them to be the leaders while we work on these new freshmen and these sophomores, getting them together, getting their mindsets together so they can graduate, because a lot of kids drop off and do not make it. You guys, after this is the hardest stretch. After we get to Thanksgiving, you know, you're off tomorrow. Then you guys are off a week for Thanksgiving. Then we come back, you're off for 2 weeks, Chris. It goes fast. Then we're into second semester. Then we're in all the senior stuff, break in February, break here. So time goes fast, but I need my seniors to be the leaders that they are. And I want to thank you, my families who joined us, for your continuous support through the ups and downs. We appreciate you. Those parents who have this, I will promise we will reach out to you. Those who need to speak to Mr. Moody, he will be contacting you within the next 2 days. Okay.
Miss
All right.
Few, Miss Few, there was one student who raised her hand to speak.
Okay.
That's Leanna. Leanna, what is your question? Leanna, you want to come off mute and ask your question. We can't hear you, dear.
Maybe she just, does she want to type it in the chat box?
Oh, I'm right here. I'm sorry. It just took me a minute to get to my phone.
Okay, sweetie, go ahead.
My question was how much did you say the senior dues were?
The senior dues are $260. And we'll start taking, you can pay before January, but we like to wait till after the holidays for our families. And there's a payment plan starting in January for $65 a month to break it up. So you can pay all of it if you want to at one time, or you can pay bit by bit, whatever you need.
All right, thank you.
And those who join late, this is recorded. Mr. Miller will be sending it out so you can go back and watch the whole video. And if you missed any information or any families you know. You're welcome, sweetheart. All right, thank you all. Have a great evening. I look forward to seeing you. This is that exciting time. Your child, they're on track, but make sure they know they got to be in school so they can finish strong. We don't want nobody to wait to their senior year and end up failing and then don't graduate or have to graduate in the summer. All right. Have a great day, families. Thank you again.